Guinness World Records.
16 men started out in the Transatlantic Wrestling Challenge. Tonight, the field will be reduced to just 8. British hero Gary Steele knows only a win will do.
I've got to win this one. I can't be eliminated now.
Kory Williams can talk a good fight. Now he's got to let actions speak louder than words. And it's winner-take-all when world-class athlete Paul Bolt takes on world-class big-mouth Rick Michaels.
You're going down 1, 2, 3.
No problem. I'm a clean, lean wrestling machine.
16 wrestlers in the last chance saloon. Who will be toasting success and who will be drowning their sorrows?
Welcome to week 4 of the Transatlantic Wrestling Challenge, and this is a week that is the do or die week. It is the make or break occasion. My name is Mark Webster, this is Mike Carlton. I am do, he is die.
And you know that there's guys here who have to win today to get through to the quarterfinals. Tank, Gary Steele, Ozzie, Rulz, Kory Williams. It's do or die for all those guys.
Absolutely, every bout is simply crucial if these fellas want to stay in and go through to the quarterfinals. So without further ado, let's get to the action.
From Fort Worth in Texas, he weighs 215 pounds, the Prodigy!
And the Prodigy, well, I'll tell you what, it could be argued that this is the unluckiest man in the tournament. A super talent, and he has been robbed all the way through. Top guy, this man, Mike.
Well, he's a nice guy, Mark Webster, but nice guys finish last.
I see.
Look at him working the crowd, but here's a guy who hasn't picked up a point yet in the tournament.
I thought at one point that you were going to get very, very American on me. This is it now, is it? Oh, got to be number 1, have we, Mike?
I warned you at the beginning that I thought this guy may be too nice for his own good, and he proved it that way.
And his opponent
we don't want to hear
from
about
Portland, Oregon, weighing 171 pounds, Tony Kozina!
And that poncho simply doesn't get any better, does it?
Poncho? I thought that was the bathroom rug. But don't let it fool you. Tony Kozina is a tough wrestler, and Tony Kozina is small, but he's had a great tournament so far.
Now, do not adjust your set, viewers. Tony Kozina is that small. It's not a problem that we have with our cameras. He comes in this size. They don't do him in medium or large. Well, unfortunately for the Prodigy, he's now fighting for pride, but we should just say that he has had some shocking results against him, and good Lord, would that be JJ refereeing in the ring for him there?
That's a good point, Mark Mark Webster, because JJ Rivers has been involved in both of those losses by the Prodigy. Remember the bizarre decision against Psycho Steve by JJ Rivers, and then the commissioner, and of course the interference in the loss to John Ryan.
Well, Kozina may have arrived in this country in a matchbox, but he's done himself proud since he's got here, hasn't he?
Matchbox hold all your ponchos?
Apparently someone posted him over.
Oh, he's a first-class wrestler, isn't he?
Well, to say, we know full well the Prodigy's got some talent, and it's just a shame that they haven't been able to see him use it completely. But in saying that, he's won virtually every bout he's been fighting in so far for me. And what's going to be crucial for you people to know out there tonight could be a factor. 3 points for a win inside the 5-minute distance. If it goes to the referee, it's 2 points for a win, 1 for the loss.
Test of strength there with finger locks, and the Prodigy's winning that one and driving Kozina down.
Well, I think he's always going to win a battle of strength, and we've seen that when he did get mad, he was quite good at getting even, winning the Prodigy, but the thing is, he don't get mad that often. He will be now.
Tony Kozina rolling out, and we're back standing up again.
And a round of applause for the Prodigy.
See, now, there you got it. The Prodigy's applauding Tony Kozina. You don't applaud your opponent when he puts you down. You go after him. You get mad.
Yeah, you say that, Mike, and I'm welling up a bit. I can tell you.
Oh, don't get mad, Mark. Ooh, that's the last thing I'd want.
Just emotional. Oh! That wasn't quite as friendly as the round of applause, was it? Nice move!
That's Prodigy. That's it. Get angry.
And there's only a couple of minutes left in his bout, and it's a real shame that we're not going to see this wrestler much more because, of course, as you can see, he's got all the moves that it takes.
Good suplex by Prodigy. Stay mad, Adam. Stay mad.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to get busy.
Prodigy's dominating this match.
And we've seen before.
He's going up. He's on the second rope and waiting for Tony Kozina to get to his feet. Kozina's still dazed, and the shoulder off the ropes.
Takes him down, takes Kozina down. That's Kozina's best move. It's proved for him so far in all of his bouts. When he gets up high, he's got a bit more weight when he lands on the guys. He took it himself this time, though.
Dazed and confused right now, but he reverses, whips Prodigy into the corner.
And that hurt Prodigy a bit, but there's not much time left in this particular bout. Again, you've got to say that Prodigy's done enough to win this match.
He's done more than enough to win. He's come out fighting this time and done well. It took him a while to get going, but he's dominated.
Well, he wanted to go out in style, did the Prodigy. We know he had plenty of style, and what he's done is he's come into this last particular bout, shown a lot of pride, a lot of guts, a lot of skill, and I'm sure we all agree he's nicked this one.
Yeah, he's going to get what he deserves now, finally. Kozina's up on the top rope. Prodigy catches him. He's got the near pin, but the bell's wrong. The bell's wrong.
That's the bell there.
But Prodigy has dominated this match. He nearly had it won right there at the end.
So it would have been 3 points for the Prodigy, but it's just going to be the two. Kozina picks up one. Oh, no.
What's that?
Here's your winner.
What's J.J. Rivers doing?
Kozina.
JJ's done it again. Even Tony Kozina can't
Prodigy, make him pay. Make him pay. But see, now the Prodigy's got to get mad. J.J. Rivers has messed him around once too much.
See, Tony Kozina, he doesn't believe he won that. I mean, look at that man's face. That is not the face of a victor. He knows that he was beaten by a good man.
No, you're right there. You're right.
And the Prodigy got wild there with J.J. Rivers. Perhaps he should have done that from day one in this tournament.
Well, let's hear what the Prodigy wants.
Hey, you miss! Get your bald butt out here now!
Oh, he's called for the commissioner. He is called for the commissioner.
Bald butt?
Here he is.
I think he's suffering from cranial rectal inversion there.
Well, he's called JJ over.
Underhanded, dirty, low-ride stuff I've ever seen. How in the world can you be proud of yourself as a Brit when you want to cheat and have your referee do it every time? Apparently you're afraid of what we can do, and you don't want none of it. I tell you what, if you ever decide to bring your big butt out of retirement, I want you first.
Poor Prodigy, robbed yet again. It's 2 points for Tony Kozina. He's safely through to the quarterfinals, but the Prodigy is still furious with the commissioner, and he's talking now to our reporter, Sophie Blake.
The Prodigy, that's the first time we've seen you lose it. I mean, this seemed to be a complete mockery. Even Tony looked disgusted.
Well, I mean, Tony's a great competitor. He went out here and he worked his butt off tonight, and at this time, I think he honestly thought I had won the match. It happens that way sometimes. He felt bad about it. He didn't want to win like that. I mean, we thought coming here that we was going to get treated fairly, and apparently some people are, some people aren't. I don't know. I know your commissioner, he's pretty dirty at this point, and if I ever get a chance to come back, I want him in the ring.
So will you now be making an official complaint?
I think my complaint has been filed through the people, and I'm sure that the email will come into the office. Everybody will complain about it, you know. I don't know if I have to file an official complaint. I've already filed my complaint with him. He knows where I stand. He knows what I want. I want him.
And do you see yourself coming back here in the future?
Lord, I hope so. If the people of the UK will have me back, I'd love to be back.
I'm sure they will.
Thank
you very much.
Thank you.
Accompanied by his valet, Tasha. He hails from Grays in Essex, weighing 160 pounds, the Kung Fu Kid!
There he is then. The martial artist and his young lady, the Kung Fu Kid.
Cooley and the gang.
Some may say he's a bit of a lightweight. That's probably something to do with the hat, though,
Some
Mike.
would be right. Look at that. It's an embarrassment. This guy looks like a spring roll that was left in the microwave for half an hour too long.
Mike, perhaps if you'd have studied something as important as he did, which is Eastern mysticism, you too would own a jacket like that.
His Eastern mysticism doesn't get much farther east than West
And
Ham.
his opponent comes from Franklin, Kentucky. He weighs 245 pounds. Kory Williams.
It's Rambo time for Kory, and it needs to be.
Kory fits the Confederate uniform, and he's dressed for business.
And that's important because this is the man who actually really does need to win this tournament.
Yeah, you want Eastern mysticism. Look at this kung fu move.
I'm sorry I got it wrong. He's not Rocky. It's ninja time.
Look at that. Beating the Kung Fu Kid in his own game.
Kory's playing at it. He's play acting. He's playing at it.
He looks like Carl Douglas there.
Kid's the real thing.
Ooh, ninja meets Kung Fu. Kung Fu doesn't know what to do. This is out of his rule book.
Well, suddenly it's switched to Babe Ruth there, as the baseball stance he's taking in. Mike, what sport is he actually playing, Kory Williams here?
He's dabbling in a little of that East End mysticism. Oh, grasshopper. Getting himself centered, was that the phrase you used, Mark?
Well, I'll tell you what, he's insulting the kid and the kid's philosophies there. But the kid's ready to take him on and show him business. We've seen the kid with his kicks before.
Yeah, this is the kid's Stork imitation, right?
Well, Kory's staying well clear. He's on any of it.
What's he cleaning windows? This is Marcel. And even your English crowd is making fun of the Kung Fu Kid here.
Kid's not letting him get to him, though. Well, yeah. Kory may have come to play, but the kid means business.
Yeah, the kid means business, but he's getting handed the business right now.
At some point, soon he's going to have to start fighting because he wants to stay in this tournament, though, Mike.
Well, Kory Williams only needs 1 point, really. I mean, he'd like to get a win, but 1 point ought to see him clear because of that win over Rick Michaels.
Okay, powerful throw, for sure, but the kid is still ready for him.
Now a little handshake. Oh, that was a mistake. Eastern mysticism didn't prepare him for that one.
I don't think he was ready for some ungentlemanly conduct, and frankly, off of Kory Williams, he should have been.
You have to defend yourself at all times. That's 3 good kicks.
Pretty decent kicking as well, huh?
Look at John Hall.
Yeah?
John Hall's barely animate.
Well, he's refereeing. He's letting the men fight. What's the problem?
What's he doing now? He's trying to save the Kung Fu Kid.
That's trying to come up with some inspiration as well.
See, Kung Fu's got his feet on the ropes. John Hall hasn't got a clue. Tasha put those feet there. Now that's what a valet is supposed to do. That's a Chinese pretzel to you. See, I mean, John Hall he's not in position to see what's going on.
Now that is one ugly hold.
Abdominal stretch.
But now look at the kid, He's throwing it off.
The kid's centering, but
the focus is working again for him. The more he knows how to take pain. Sometimes I don't think he quite like it, actually.
You build character through suffering? Is that what the Kung Fu Kid said? He does a lot of suffering.
He's got a lot of character. See, once again, the kid, he focuses, he's somewhere else. I bet he wishes he was anyway.
Look at John Hall diving around the ring, trying to get into position.
What do you need him to do? What, do you want 3 wrestlers in there, Mike? The man's refereeing. He's letting these 2 men get on with their sport.
Ooh. Kung Fu's going to be on that stork pose. He's going to be only able to do it with 1 foot. Now he's wrapping him up for a figure 4. Oh, bending the knee back.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Submission City.
Yeah. Kory calls it to quit, but the kid will not quit.
I think Kung Fu's philosophy borders on masochism.
He hasn't got many seconds left to hold out. If he can do it, this one is going to the referee, and that should be enough, of course, for Williams anyway. But the kid's going to pick himself up a point at least.
Kory Williams is just going to, he'll be satisfied.
Yeah, it's probably job done for Williams, although I think he probably would have wanted to taken him out there. Williams out with a good win.
Here we are. And that's all. That's really all Kory Williams needed was that decision win. That's enough to put him through.
Well, we're looking for John Hall to make the call now. I'm just waiting to give Kory Williams the 2 points.
Why? John Hall! I told you that this guy is bad. What's going on?
Well, Kory Williams isn't smiling anymore.
How can you give Kung Fu a decision?
Hey, wait a minute, geez. I stretched this kid for 5 minutes out here, and you announced him the winner?
He stretched Kung Fu into 8 miles of bad road.
John put him in his place. All right. Kory put John in his place.
Yeah, show him what it is.
And he can run back.
There's a little life in the old boy yet.
Get out of there, Williams.
Now he's going to bully the wrestlers. Who does he think he is?
I thought you said John moved slowly.
Well, maybe he had one move. He could do that during the run.
That's it, ref. You are the only prick that I hate around here. And when I come back, I'm going to knock your other 3 teeth
He's
down.
right. That's exactly right. My sentiments exactly.
There you go, Mike. You ask him for trouble. You crossed John, and now John crossed you back.
He's an old man, Mark. I can't go after an old guy like that. It would be cruel.
He got you. That's great stuff. Kory Williams says still shy, but we've still got loads of action to go this evening. The heat is on. A couple of more bouts for you to decide the groups.
Coming up next, the Tank and Gary Steele battle it out, knowing only one of them can make the quarterfinals. And the unbeaten Vigilante aims to gun down Ozzie Rulz. That's after the break.
And now, even if you already think cereals are good for you, you probably didn't know this.
A recent series of scientific studies shows that whole grain found in cereals like shredded wheat, Cheerios and Shreddies may actually help keep your heart healthy. Most cereals do not use the whole of the grain, but these do. We put this symbol on our packs so you can be sure. Eat shredded wheat, Cheerios and Shreddies. It may help keep your heart healthy.
Cheese and tomato, only without the cheese, or tomato. Ah, the internet. God's way of telling you you should get out more often. Still, it's not all cyber geeks and girls with their tops off. Apparently you can buy things on it. Books, hats, chocolate, anything. A bit like a shop, really. So, you won't be staggered to learn that the smart way to buy on the internet is with your Barclay card. You're guaranteed against fraud, so some 12-year-old hacker won't spend your money on whatever it is 12-year-old hackers spend their money on. And just like in the real world, it's accepted all over the World Wide Web. So, no change there then. This internet thing's a lot of fuss about nothing, isn't it? Still.
So at least it allows you to go shopping when it's raining.
A bit like an umbrella, really. Buongiorno.
They're always out running, they're so active, they're always thirsty. I like them to drink all sorts of drink because I'm into them having good things, but you can't get kids to have good things the whole time. They like Sunny Delight because it's a really nice flavour, and I would rather that they were drinking Sunny Delight because it is at least a drink that has vitamins in it. It's a happy medium.
Sunny Delight, the great stuff kids go for.
It's a compromise for everybody because it's a drink that has lots of vitamins in.
There's an amazing new range of home-based paints.
This Iris emulsion's proven to have unbeatable covering power.
Certainly is unbeatable covering power.
Homebase, where you go for paint.
I'll get me brush.
Whatever you want, whatever you like, whatever...
Brighter bargains this Easter at Argos. Argos, brighter shopping.
What Tony appreciates about DHL is that they always solve his problems. So he feels more relaxed, as does his daughter, their neighbour's dog too. So now the dog doesn't bark as much at night, the neighbours are more relaxed, and so are their families and their friends. Everyone is more relaxed. DHL, we keep your promises.
Welcome back, and we have ourselves another winner-takes-all situation, and it's an all-UK affair.
And you know, Mark Webster, there's a certain synergy to this match, because if it wasn't for Sim's tactical brilliance, these guys wouldn't be in a winner-take-all match.
That's right, last week, the Sin set this one up.
He weighs 310 pounds, the Tank!
And it was that match last week when we saw the Tank get that easy win over Sin.
That's right, Sin decided to give up the bout pretty much, the Tank, to make sure that when he came into the ring against his opponent this evening, it was to be do or die for the pair of them.
That's right, I'm not sure the Tank has quite figured out why he got that win.
And his opponent hails from Gravesend in Kent. He weighs 240 pounds, Gary Steele!
And here he is, the man of Steele, our big hope in the Transatlantic Wrestling Challenge. He's not had a very easy ride through so far, and he simply has to win. The hopes are on a thread.
Well, it's the world's fattest thread that those hopes are hanging on, because it's the Tank that his hopes are hanging on.
Make no mistake, though, the Tank can wrestle. We've seen it already in this tournament. It can be done. But can it this evening?
Well, you know, you never know what's going to happen, because John Hall's in that ring refereeing. He's just lucky I didn't go after him when he came over. Very unprofessional of him to come over here.
Now, you know Gary is not wanted to have been in this situation so far, but he's had some dodgy decisions given against him during the course of this.
There's been a certain pattern to those decisions, you know, and your faith in British justice, I think, is being proven very shaky.
Well, the Tank started this. It looks like Gary might just finish it, doesn't he? It's a real powerful pressure holds on him here.
And you wouldn't think that that body could stretch, but it is.
Wow.
Oh, look at that. Tank's not going to submit.
The Tank's not meant to go that way.
Have you ever kneaded bread dough? That's what Gary Steele, looks like Gary Steele's doing. Up the Tank reverses it, whips Gary Steele into the ropes and knocks him over.
Now that's Tank playing his own game now, isn't it?
That's the Tank's strength. And Gary Steele's a strong guy, but it's going to be hard to knock the Tank over. But that's one way to do it.
Use the ropes, Mike, use the ropes.
And the Tank uses the ropes to get free. John Hall managed to get in position to see that one for a change.
Don't forget, a clean win gives the winner 3 points. But if it goes to the referee again, it's 2-1. 2 for the winner, 1 for the loser. Could be crucial, that decision at the end of this one, Mike.
And this is a good position for Gary Steele, but he doesn't quite have that choke of pride. Now he's got some pressure. Now he's going to have some leverage.
Yeah, Gary's definitely decided that these holds are the way to see Tank off. He wants to get him out of there with a submission, doesn't he?
And remember, he's dominating this match, but as soon as I say he's dominating, you never know what kind of decision you're going to get in these matches. I mean, that's one thing that's been a theme throughout this tournament.
And back into the hold again. Yeah, this is definitely Gary's tactics for this one, isn't it?
Absolutely, he's dominating. The more time they spend on the mat, the more time he spends in control. That's got to hurt.
Well, if it's going to work, this tactic is going to have to work pretty soon, because there's not long left in this bout now, and he's still got the Tank where he wants him, but he can't take him out.
Now, Mark, which of these two would you think is the fitter? Tank's trying to get him up. Oh! Gary Steele forces him down. Both shoulders are there, but Tank rolls him off. I was going to say the tank is starting to wear down. The tank is about half empty. Oh! Well,
Gary suckered himself in that one, didn't he?
Nicely judged by the tank. Went underneath Gary Steele out onto the hard concrete floor.
The most damage Tank has done in this bout, and it's by completely not touching him. Just got out of the way, and Gary ended up on the concrete.
To be honest, I didn't think the tank had that kind of quickness in him. Gary Steele better get back in the ring. He does.
Not long left in this bout. I think Gary's got to go to the ref.
Oh, and there's the bell. It goes to the referee's decision. Now, you don't know what kind of decision John Hall is going to make, but one guy's through, one guy is out. This is it. No quarterfinals for the loser.
And with this decision, could go the chance of the UK winning the Transatlantic Wrestling Challenge, because Gary Steele surely is the man to go forward and represent the UK.
Gary is taken.
And isn't he relieved?
Oh, you bet. And John Hall was really teasing that decision out, milking it for all it was worth. Gary Steele through to the quarterfinals.
The Great British Hope gets taken to the limit as Gary Steele does just enough to book his place in the final 8 alongside Sin. But it was a gutsy effort from the Big Tank.
The Tank, that was such a close call. How disappointed are you?
It's both sides of a coin, really, because I'm very disappointed not to progress in a tournament and show a few little Yankee Doodle dandies what British wrestling's all about. But the other side of the coin is that I couldn't have been beaten by a better man, in all honesty, former world champion Gary Steele. I mean, you know, if you want to get beat by anybody, then why not get beat by him? It's still not nice getting beat, though, but it's the pill to swallow is not so bitter.
So you respect the referee's decision?
Yeah, the referee's decision is final, you know. As a British referee, you know, refereeing an all-British contest, so what more can we ask for?
From Cumbria, he weighs 225 pounds, the Vigilante!
Here he comes, the Cumbria Cowboy.
The wannabe American.
He's a genuine Cumbrian. And this, of course, the Vigilante is because what he wants to do is seek revenge on Americans for stealing British wrestling heritage.
Well, the Vigilante's already in. He's already qualified for the quarterfinals, but Ozzie Rulz is going to need a win to get through.
Well, it's a win-win situation for the Vigilante.
And his opponent, originally from Perth in Australia, and now based in Nashville, Tennessee. He also weighs 225 pounds, Ozzie Rulz!
And I'll tell you what here, Mike, Vigilante has got this man in his sights because he has done nothing but bash us Poms all the way through this tournament, and the Vigilante is going to be seeking revenge on this guy, I can tell you.
Well, it's hard to fault somebody for pommy bashing. I mean, but the interesting thing here is that Ozzie Rulz has set this up by interfering in the match between David Young and Magic. And remember, because David Young got no points from that match, Ozzie Rulz is in position to get through with a win now.
That's right.
And you know what? What we've got here...
I'm embarrassed that my heritage comes from this country.
He should be ashamed of that, really.
Well, there you go. That was Ozzie Rulz actually displaying his roots, but as you can see, he's cut most of them off.
Well, what you've got here is a wallaby against a wannabe. And when you get a wallaby against a wannabe, the wallaby always wins.
There's no wannabe about the Vigilante. He's the real deal.
Off to a fast start.
Yeah, these are two powerful, fast wrestlers, and this is going to be an electric bout because, as I say, the Vigilante, he wants a piece of this man, does he not? And you can see why. Does like to chat, doesn't he? And pose.
Ozzie Rulz has been somewhat misunderstood by the crowd here, Mark Webster, and yourself, if I may say so, which I may.
You're absolutely right, because I noticed that he's fighting in the gold and green of the USA, Mike. Work that one out.
Well, you know, in America, we always welcome immigrants, people with talent who want to come and better themselves.
Oh! How'd you like it, the Vigilante says?
Well, poor little guys like the Vigilante, you know, stuck in England. They're always going to be stuck in that kind of minor league environment, never going to be able to raise and better themselves. Ozzie Rulz has come to America and become a star.
But as we've seen from the Vigilante in previous bouts, he's a man who packs both his 6 guns. I think it's going to be high noon for Ozzie eventually.
Right now, it looks like the Vigilante is shooting a few blanks.
Two rifle shots there from the Vigilante, and there's a third one for good measure. Thank you, and good night, says Ozzie. And look, there's Fred Dunnage. Now, Fred Dunnage is... Yeah, he's cheering him on as well.
He seems to be a Vigilante fan, does Fred?
And we'll be looking out for Fred when we get down to our finals. He's going to be presenting the trophies of the Transatlantic Wrestling Challenge. Still smarting, isn't he? Still smarting.
Those were hard shots.
Oh.
I think the Vigilante may have shot his last bullet there, though. Didn't pay attention. Now that knee is going to take the force of the boot of the big Australian.
Took his eye off the ball there for just a second, and Ozzie Rulz stepped in there. And you notice he's good with his feet. This man played Ozzie Rulz football for many years. Got a lot of that technique that he likes to use in his wrestling. Oh dear, oh dear, oh!
And that's a goal right there. Got that one right between the posts.
All the way back to Cumbria, we felt that one. And he's got him in. Oh!
High noon for the Vigilante.
And he's putting through the post as well. There you go. Remembering the olden days once again.
Both hands go down. You should put on a little butcher's coat. Oh, big vertical going down. And oh, did you see him bounce off the mat?
And the ring is still shaking from that one.
Knee drop now, and the Vigilante's got an empty holster.
Well, I bet the Vigilante in this row is thinking that he's very pleased that he's through, because he's taking a lot of punishment. Oh, and there he's bouncing back. A couple of nice shots to the midriff. So gets one back again.
Yeah, the Cumbria Cowboy right now looks like he's auditioning for part in the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Well, he'll be heading for the last round-up, because this man is destined for the quarterfinals, which of course come up after this particular program. We're going for the deciders here. All the groups being sorted out this evening. Has he got him?
No, he's in the ropes.
Good effort.
Ozzie Rulz in the ropes. He's the good.
Yes!
J.J. Rivers is a pretty bad referee. Oh! Nice move by Ozzie Rulz. The Vigilante's coming after him again. But that knee, see, he can't spring off that knee.
And he's outside. Ozzie don't want to know.
What a somersault over the tongue. Ozzie Rulz crashes down to
Vigilante outside the ring. I think Ozzie thought he was safe, but look, there's not much of him left now. Going back in the ring, not long left in this bout. Can he finish it inside?
Oh, the boomerang miss.
He's giving it.
And it's a pin. It's a pin. Ozzie went with him. He's eliminated. He finishes behind David Young, and he's mad. He's mad at the Vigilante, and he just kicked the Vigilante out of the ring.
Vigilante! I'd like to say he was a bad loser, but he's been very good at it, actually. And this one isn't over.
Ozzie's tactics boomerang back against him, and he's mad. Oh, on the ramp.
Well, Vigilante, he knew he wanted to win this bout, and now he wants to win it again. He's won it once, he wants to have another go at it.
Vigilante's on the run now and going backstage.
They've gone, they're backstage, where have they gone?
So Euro 2000, Paul Walsh, what about England's chances? Well, Kevin Keegan has sorted all his team out and the tactical side of things. I think that England have a good chance if he can get his best team out at the start of the tournament. You know, they've got every chance.
And Paul, there's a better chance, I think, than a lot of people thought or thought they could do beforehand, really.
I think so. I mean, they would have struggled to get there, but obviously, once they're there, I'm sure they're going to make a good impact.
Oh, this can't be right. And they ended up in the football first studio.
What do they think? No, that's out of order. You can't go in someone else's studio. They're on air.
These two have just decided they want to be a winner and they don't care who's going to be in the way.
It's wrestling first now. They've got to get out of there.
I can't believe it. Well, I think this is probably a very good time to take a break. And actually, while we're in there, does anyone know the West Ham score?
Hammers lost, of course, but there's more chaos after the break. British Golden Boy Paul Vault and American Golden Mouth Rick Michaels meet for a quarter-final place. And oh no, they're back! The Nasty Boys of British Wrestling, John Ryan and his business advisor, Mike White.
Board meeting.
Oh, Ferret, what am I going to do with you?
Do you even remember our original plan? Oh, you do? Well, why didn't you stick to it? Instead of ending their lives, you've gone and ruined mine. Look at me. How can you even look at me? Turn away.
People often ask me how I keep my hair so thick and curly.
It's a perm.
Simple. I use Abbey National Savings Advisors. They're scientifically formulated to prevent hair loss. They explain all my choices in straightforward, plain English, so I don't end up pulling my hair out. Saving with Abbey National keeps my hair a part of me.
Perm.
Not a perm. Abbey National, because life's complicated enough.
Thinking of going digital? At Comet, we've got just what you need.
Like this Panasonic digital camcorder for much sharper home videos.
Or this award-winning DVD player with amazing picture quality.
In fact, we're lowering prices on a great range of digital products. Lowering digital prices forever. That's Comet Sense.
It's price down in JJB on polo shirts. Lotto Addict, now only $9.99. This Umbro polo is just $11.99. Save £7 on head piqué shirts, only $12.99. Or $17.99 for the Reebok Signature Zip Neck polo. In store now, only in JJB.
There's no service charge and no time limit on our vouchers with new pay-as-you-talk all calls from Vodafone. So because you only pay for the calls you make, it's perfect even for people who don't talk that much.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Vodafone, the UK's most popular network.
Welcome back to the Transatlantic Wrestling Challenge. Well, what a brawl we had to finish there. As far as we know, that went through the studio, they could still be going now, all the way up to London as far as we know.
It was too bad for football first, but the key thing there is the Vigilante's win over Ozzie Rulz means that Vigilante and David Young are through from Group A.
Accompanied by his manager, Mike White. From Medway in Kent, weighing 220 pounds, John Ryan.
Well, unfortunately, here's a familiar face. A pair of them, in fact.
It's the price.
John Ryan.
The price we have to pay. Mike White was voted man most in need of a charisma transplant by the readers of Wrestling News.
Mike White must have done his business degree in America. With that kind of attitude, there's no way he learned how to do his trade over here, Mike.
And his opponent hails from London. He weighs 195 pounds, Muscles Mansfield.
And here is the surprise package of the day. Muscles Mansfield in off the bench because Psycho Steve unable to continue in this tournament, Mike.
You saw Psycho Steve suffer an injury when the Prodigy threw him down to the concrete floor. He's in the hospital. Muscles Mansfield was the first alternate, and the key thing here is he picks up Psycho Steve's points, which means he's got 3, John Ryan's got 3, and it's winner take all.
Mansfield could fast-track his way through to the quarterfinals of this tournament from absolutely nowhere.
Muscles Mansfield, and look at this guy show off his body.
As it goes, Mike, Muscles Mansfield, I noticed. All we've seen so far is dressing gown Mansfield. Where's the muscle precisely?
It's got to be hidden in there somewhere.
Well, I think he's just put on 4 pounds by picking up 2 faux fingers, Mike.
Look at the muscles.
Well, I'm trying.
I'm trying too.
Well, that makes a pleasant change.
Mike White's going to come up with a strategy for this guy, but you know, for an alternate who hasn't wrestled in the tournament, Muscles Mansfield looks pretty cocky.
I think if you're going to wear a dressing gown like that, I think you're going to have to be quite confident about yourself.
Well, you know, he likes to flex, but it looks more like electrical flex that's going to be under there.
Well, he's certainly confused John and the business advisor, hasn't he, with this approach? He's enjoying himself. He can't believe his luck, of course. Here he is, Transatlantic Wrestling Challenge. He's got a chance. Unfortunate for Psycho Steve, but good news for Muscles.
I don't care what's underneath it. That robe looks better than the cheap suit your English business advisor's wearing.
So here we go then. Muscles Mansfield is the name.
Oh,
is Muscles the game?
They're holding their breath in the audience. Oh, look at those. The women are just on the edges of the... Oh, my God! It's like a strand of overboiled spaghetti.
Spare ribs for tea tonight.
Look at that baby jump.
Was that silly, Putty, or was that one of the muscles that he talks about?
Well, it was silly. I don't know if it was Putty.
Muscles Mansfield. Can you believe that he actually got this far?
Well, you know, he just lost 5 pounds when he took that robe off.
Well, I think this has taken John Ryan and his business advisor by surprise. And are you surprised? Look at this boy go.
Muscles is dealing some punishment out to that turnbuckle.
He's a lovely mover, I tell you. He's a lovely mover.
Look at that footwork. And guess who the crowd doesn't like? Even an English crowd can sometimes turn up on the right side.
Well, he won that one, didn't he, Muscles?
Absolutely. Fans' favorite.
But don't forget, Ryan needs this win as well. He doesn't want to take this boy lightly, although he'll have to, obviously.
If you look at the back of Muscles' trunks, this is AAAA. I think that's the thinnest size you can get.
Okay.
If he stands sideways and sticks out his tongue, he'd be a zipper.
If he stands sideways, we might not know if he's in the ring anymore, Mike.
That's why he sticks out the tongue. Sometimes you got to explain things to the English. Come on. Look at that, he's got John. Even Mike White's speechless now, and that takes some doing.
I don't think he can quite believe what he's seen so far.
But if Muscles can shut him up, I'll take Muscles in every match.
Perhaps he's referring to his love of seafood, Mike. Yes, he is.
180!
It refers to his love of seafood. That must be the Muscles that he's referring to. Yeah, I've worked it out now. It's got to be it.
A double bullseye for Muscles, huh? actually, you know what that does? Poke him in the both eyes. He'll think he's seeing Psycho Steve, both of Psycho Steve's. I mean, if I were John Ryan now, I'd just use my strength advantage, you know, keep standing up and just punish Muscles, because as long as they stay locked up, Muscles is able to hold his own.
Well, I think John can use his strength advantage by staring hard at him, can't he?
Muscles climbing Everest here. Mike White had something in mind, but Muscles is too smart for that. But John Ryan's now in.
Oh, distracted, and that's got to hurt there.
And John Ryan now up. John Hall saw one. John Hall caught a move.
An illegitimate move. Unfortunately, not a lot of room for showboating now from Muscles.
No, now John Ryan's got Muscles in a grip.
We shouldn't underestimate the fact that Ryan has got this far, and he's not a bad wrestler. We just don't like him.
Well, that's the truth, but I mean, the frightening thing about Muscles is he's basically a twiglet in tights. And it looks like John Ryan's about to snap him in two.
John moving in again now.
Suplex. Knocked all the air out of Muscles. But
he's out of there again, though. Yeah.
Only a 2 count, and Mike White trying to get the 3 count and get in on Muscles as well.
Go on, Muscles. You let him know, son. Now he's managed to break out there again, but I tell you, this is not getting pretty anymore.
John Ryan's really pounding him now. Muscles is starting to take a beating, and that lack of strength is starting to show. He's still got some energy, though. He ducks under those two. John Ryan misses the spinning kick. Muscles can play tiptoe through the tulips here. The reversal can hit
Muscles by name and nature. And he's done really well. There's not long to go in this bout now. Not long to go in this bout.
The adrenaline's pumping for Muscles. This is his chance in the big time. He's got his second win, and he's going up to the top rope again.
And a little bit of advice here from the manager.
Looks like harsh words between Mike White and John Ryan. Mike White distracted the wrong man. He distracted his own wrestler. And now Muscles drove John Ryan down to the concrete. And he's back in the ring. Come on, John.
I think that was hurting.
He's going to try to suplex him in, but he's not strong enough to do it. John Ryan with Mike White holding Muscles Mansfield down.
Ryan!
John Hall was completely out of it.
And once again, John Ryan wins himself pretty much a tag team victory. The business advisor comes into play yet again, Mike.
Mike White taking advantage of every loophole in the books, and John Hall wasn't able to keep up with that one.
Well,
and rubbing insult into injury, but I like this guy, Muscles Mansfield. A breath of fresh air.
Absolutely.
But no quarterfinal place for Mighty Muscles. It's John Ryan with a little help from Mike White, who's safely through to the Great 8.
So, John, Muscles wasn't the opponent you were expecting.
Wait there 1 second, little girl. Give me the microphone. I do the talking for John. John concentrates on the wrestling. I handle the business affairs. That's what you pay me for, John, and that's what I'm going to do. Muscles Mansfield was nothing. Just like these idiots out there, he was just a worthless nobody that tried to get in the way of John Ryan and the business advisor to the stars, Mike White. Basically, this man's going to the top. Transatlantic Wrestling Challenge champion. You mark my words.
Excuse me, Mike, but you do tend to interfere, don't you?
Beg your pardon. The only one who's interfering is you. Leave me with the microphone. I'm the one who knows how to speak. You obviously don't. Stand aside. This is going to be easy. I don't know who we've got next. I don't care. Just bring him on. John's going to brush him aside.
Well, thank you very much, John.
From Jacksonville in Florida, he weighs 224 pounds, Rick Michaels!
Here we go, a nasty piece of business is Rick Michaels, but once again he is on the verge of a quarter-final. He's coming into a tournament now, and if he wins, He's there.
Well, you remember he had that horrible loss to Kory Williams when he was basically double-teamed. Rick Michaels is in position to go through with a win.
I think he was double-bellied there as well, Mike, wasn't he?
One more belly, he might
And
become
his
Paul
opponent,
Gascoigne's
accompanied by his manager, Gemini. He hails from Stafford, weighing 215 pounds. Paul Bolt.
Well, we're not going to confuse these torsos, are we? Your all-round athlete, it is Paul Bolt. This man trains with the best. Linford Christie and all. Gymnastics, athletics and wrestling, he can do the lot.
Well, there's everything to wrestle for here because the only difference is that Paul Bolt picked up 1 point in his loss to Kory Williams. It doesn't make any difference now. The guy who wins this match goes through.
And there's Paul making his trademark entrance into the ring. What's Rick Michaels? No, he changed his mind.
Why bother?
Probably very wise too.
Why bother? But remember now, winner take all. This is what it's all about. The guy who wins this match goes through. The guy who loses is out.
Paul's working the crowd, and of course what he's also got in the crowd is the ever-faithful Gemini, his sidekick, is his training partner and his rock.
And Rick Michaels has to be aware, too, that Gemini has been influencing J.J. Rivers all through this match.
Oh, he hit me. Punched me right in the face. Oh.
Nice work from Paul Bolt. And again. Michaels knows all about that, doesn't he? He knows all about that.
And Rick Michaels gets it to the ropes, forces a break.
Oh, make him break it. Oh, stupid British.
Any chance this man stopped whining at all this evening, do you think, Mike, your guy?
Well, he's got a good case, you know. Simple but effective. Has a couple of words with Gemini.
Well, Rick was showing his muscles. You saw what Gemini thought about that.
Just a 2 count. Paul Bolt able to get that arm up.
And again. No trouble for Paul, I don't think, there.
I think J.J. Rivers has his own personal agenda here. He's quick on those calls with Rick Michaels, but I think he resents the fact that Gemini slapped him around, embarrassed him in front of the crowd.
Well, he's flying through these counts, and what's more, with his scissors pretty dirty, wrestling from Michaels, and J.J. seems to have no interest at all in putting up about it. I think that's what Gemini's complaint has been.
As an English person who loves referees, you should know better than anybody. This is what happens when you abuse a referee. He gets back at you in his own way.
Are you saying that the referee has been a bit of revenge here then, Mike?
I'm just speculating that there may be a possible motive behind this.
Well, Rick's working hard, but there you go. He pulls back again.
Oh, he's got Michaels up in the air now.
Oh, yeah.
Slams him down.
Big
and there's
bang.
and now he's thrown J.J. Rivers out of the ring.
Well, he just got fed up with the
J.J.
thing.
Rivers out of the ring.
Well, the wrestling's still going on in the ring.
Look on the other side. Gemini's trying to help him up. Oh no!
Well, perhaps J.J. should have thought a bit harder about this. And there's the 3 count. There's the 3 count. That's it.
But no, that was the bell. That was not a 3 count. You can't give your own count, Mark Webster.
Well, how many more? You know, how long?
The referee was out of the ring being tortured by Gemini.
Well, I think J.J. was asking for trouble and he got it, and Gemini was the one to dish it out.
No, it's a referee's decision. There was no pin. J.J. Rivers has the decision. It's his to make, and you know which way he's going to make it.
Well,
there it is. He's raising Rick Michaels' hand. Rick Michaels gets the win.
Well, the commissioner has made his way out here.
Not him again.
We need to know from the commissioner how this result went.
I'm getting tired of that.
JJ's out of the ring. What's the call?
Don't forget, I am the commissioner.
Yeah, how can we forget that?
Secondly, don't forget that when I make a decision, it's nothing personal.
It's nothing.
But business is business. Just remember.
Gemini, what's she
And the
doing?
commission's decision will be...
Yeah, she's flexing. Both of them.
He's intimidated by the valet.
So here is your winner, pole vault.
He's coded the pole vault. What a spineless piece of jelly. Well, this is vault happy, but look at Rick Michaels. Sorry, Rick. He's distraught. What can you say?
The commissioner's gone back to look for a spine.
Oh, Rick Michaels has every reason to be upset. He was robbed.
Yes.
And just because of some woman's muscle.
So the commissioner's craven cowardice means Paul Vault advances. Luckless Rick Michaels, through no vault of his own, is out.
And now it's sudden death. Next week, Tony Kozina clashes with Kory Williams in an all-American battle. Paul Vault's reward for beating Rick Michaels is a meeting with the Prince of Darkness himself, Sin.
Might as well give me the title right now.
There's no love lost between battling Britain's John Ryan and the sharpshooting Vigilante, and top British hopeful Gary Steele tangles with American bully boy David Young. That's next week in the Transatlantic Wrestling Challenge.
Remember, we're professionals. We know what we're doing. Don't try this at home.